Oh, hi, how's it going? It's me. I'm pretty much like, um, out of commission, dude. I'm like sick. My stomach is hurting really bad right now. Um, I didn't eat anything like junk food the last couple of days, but I guess just the last year of overdosing on energy drinks and junk food and everything has taken its toll on my stomach. Um, and I'm still trying to organize my house. Like, I can't motivate enough to organize that or to even pick up my clothing. Look at that. I can't pick that up for the last bunches of days because my motivation is shot because I quit smoking weed and I can't sleep at night. And because I can't sleep at night, I have to but I also can't sleep during the day. So I only sleep a couple of hours in the morning. I was having a dream last night that I was like biking or something, bike touring, and somebody else was involved and other country. If I could retell the story, it would be really interesting, man. My dreams are freaking so interesting. But yeah, I didn't do anything particularly nasty to my stomach. I guess it's just everything's catching up to me. So what I'm gonna do, I basically didn't do anything yesterday. Like right now, I'm kind of a cross between really, really like painful stomach ache, but being hungry at the same time. I think that might be my weakest link overall is my stomach. But anyway, yeah, yesterday I didn't really do anything, and I watched the rest of For Those About to Die, and I did my vlog yesterday and came up with the idea to build a bearded dragon cage because I can put bearded dragon on top of my refrigerator over there. That's the fridge. So put the top of the refrigerator up to the ceiling. And on the edge, it's just a bunch of plants and lots of light and plants. And I always hang out there so he'll be on top of me, watching me, close to me all the time. It'll be easy for me to clean his cage because it's right there. We'll have to get a roommate who's not freaked out about that kind of stuff. I don't know how possible that will be, but... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the tops of those to the ceiling so that he can watch out, hang out with those birds. And then he can walk up along there, and then it goes even to the end of the hallway. And then he can even go here and along the wall all the way to there, right? So you just connect it to the ceiling, and you've provided yourself a tunnel for the bearded dragon. And because I heard that bearded dragons, they like to get themselves to high places and watch you from up above, and have good eyesight and all that kind of stuff. So this is basically like him being free to run all over and explore and basically have as much freedom as he wants. You know, he'll have the second biggest cage out of everybody after my ferrets, which have 7 cages. You know, like my Savannah monitor has a big cage, but that's his only cage. But I'm going to make the deck his second cage. I'll take him out and let him hang out on the deck, and then he can run around the house as long as he's not doing it at the same time as the ferrets. But the ferrets have that cage, and then it goes up to that cage. And then it goes over here to the cage on the other side. To that cage, which is next to the rodent cage. When I'll get a cage, they can touch each other, and then the bird cage can touch. So I have it all the animals. And then they have after 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 cages in here. Then they have 3 other cages in my bedroom. It goes around my bedroom. So one of those will, and then I have a big ass cage that I will build in the bedroom for the iguana. I'm gonna go nuts with animals. So yeah, I was just gonna do that. Just for whenever I had the motivation for it. I may have had it yesterday, but I didn't have my drill. I needed to drill a hole in the roof and the ceiling to anchor the cage, the main cage above the refrigerator. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that today though. I'm for the last 2 or 3 days I've been like brain dead, zero motivation to do anything. Yeah, kind of like I'm so habituated to only work on the website. That the idea of doing anything else, it's like, what? So I think I like need a few days to kind of actually realize that I'm not going to go back to the website. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything on the computer maybe pretty soon, because my computer goes every like 5 seconds. It stopped, but it was doing it up until I did the video. Every like 3 seconds it was going yeah, so, and it's really slow, so yeah, so that'll, if the computer dies, it'll be like my first time not having a computer in over 20 years. And I'll have to do all my bills and stuff, I guess, through my cell phone or my mom's computer. I have to do my taxes. My accountant is never able to do my taxes until October every year. So I have to pay I have to guess whatever my taxes are in April and pay whatever I think they are, and then October or halfway through September, they're finally ready. This happens every year. And this happens with all of them. This is like our third different accountant in like 3 years. But so then I have like a month until October 15th to actually do my taxes and pay whatever the difference is. And luckily this year I don't have to do it with TurboTax, because I think TurboTax fucked me up. I think they still say I owe $2,700 from last year, and it might cause me problems this year. Like, they won't let me do my taxes this year unless I fix the problems from last year. But luckily this year is the very first year in the history of the United States of America where you can do your taxes directly online with the IRS. So there's no more middleman, no more H&R Block, no more TurboTax. So I'm looking. So now when there's problems, I talk directly to the IRS, and yeah, maybe I can get all this resolved. Because my brothers don't have the same problem. It's only me. It might have stemmed originally from me not having health insurance. I didn't have health insurance for a while. Everybody should get automatic health insurance, dude. It's called being person in America. If anybody says that you shouldn't, those people are like brainwashed. Whenever they're like, I really do love Trump for the policies, that's what they're talking about. Making sure that people don't have health care. Anyway, I think the thing... Now I'm hallucinating the sound. I'm like, did I hear it? When I start hitting the buttons on the computer, that's when it starts going, wait, wait. So, yeah, see, I'm still organizing. Yesterday, I decided to put... See, my apartment is so intricate that it kind of takes forever to finally get around to things. And so I was looking at the deck, and yeah, I'm going to put all the dirt from all these extra pots into there, and then put the empty pots in my garage, which is totally jam-packed and unorganized, and I don't have any desire to touch that. But, I'm going to put those down. And then the only like extraneous thing sitting around doing nothing on my deck is going to be all my chicken wire. You know, you can see that chicken wire right there. And so I'll be super duper motivated. Like, that's why I brought the chicken wire up from the garage. I wanted to, you know, get motivated to make that cage. And yeah, and then I'm going to make the cage, which is super duper simple. All I do is snip the wire to the right size, and then I get out my zip tie and zip tie it up, and it's done. Yeah, it'll add a lot of extra weight, which will increase the chances of yanking those suckers out of the ceiling, because I don't have any actual, you know, real thing holding that up. It's just those little screws. The only thing that's making it stay up with all that weight is that I have a bunch of them. But it might overdo it, but I do have actual things right there and there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can see it. From here, I'm too lazy to get up. Yeah, that thing. If you look inside of it, see, this is how unorganized I have stuff just sprawled all over. It's got all of the different hooks, dude. Like a gazillion hooks that drill into the ceiling, and then the even better kind. So I could fix it. You know, if it breaks, I'll fix it piecemeal. But I'm just gonna stick them up there for now, and yeah. And then once the little rascal, like if I have like all the metal up there, all the chicken wire, and then I have 2 ferrets and a full-grown 2-foot-long bearded dragon bouncing around on the top of that, I could conceivably pull them out. But anyways, like a perfect storm. I read in the news there was, I guess, recently a 650-foot wave that nobody saw, but they detected it or something. Oh, wow, that's high. Anyway, so yeah, I actually got weed today, dude. Like, I'm quitting weed slowly, and my weed plant's going to be ready next week. I don't know what I'm going to do when that's ready, if I'm going to smoke it or not, because I'm supposed to quit, but, and my lungs are done, dude. My lungs. Well, I'm not having an asthma attack now, but I started having asthma attacks every night, even after I quit smoking weed, because I went there for a period of like a year where I wasn't having anything, having to do the Advair maybe once a month or something, because it pretty much went away. But now it's come back because my body's like crumbling. The Anunnaki programmed the human body to fall apart exactly at 50 if you don't exercise. At 70 if you do exercise. And 120. You can live for 120 years exactly if nothing goes wrong. But you can reprogram the DNA collectively. That's what I'm doing. And with exercise. But I can't now because I'm, yeah. So what I'm going to do is smoke. I got weed because I have $2 of change. And I went, so I couldn't ride my bike because I can't find my bike lock, like any of my bike locks. That's the thing I'm going to do today. I wasn't able to do the last few days because I'm basically, I guess, depressed. I'm just like, and I'm not even doing anything. Like, I'm not listening to music. I'm not surfing around on the web. I'm not doing anything really. The one thing I did yesterday was I finished Those About to Die. I'll do a review of that on my main channel pretty soon. Hopefully I'm like sobering up enough to do regular videos, but I liked it. I guess a lot of people didn't like it because they thought it was too fantastical, but I like it when you have a central group of people and they all survive and they're all happy and it works. And yeah, their central family, they all survived and they all got away and it was good. So I like it, and I thought it was clever writing. But I'll talk about that later. You know, the inconsistencies that they had, historical inconsistencies. Like the giant statue of the guy on the Spina. Just random things like that. Anyway, so yeah, I went into the bank because I couldn't find my bike lock, so I got in my car. And I went to the bank across the street, and I got $3 from the bank, the teller. I don't think you can get $3 from the machine, but the bank's open, so I went into the teller across the street. I love how everything around me is like right here. I don't have to. I basically live in an area the size of a little town, but I have everything. Like the very farthest thing away was my where I got my car installed in the bike shop, which is like in the next block. Yeah, it's next to the block, which starts like just a couple hundred, like 100 meters down. So it's like the next block, and that's the farthest thing away. I have right across the street. I have a bank. Right next to that's my huge gym, the biggest gym in town. So I just walk to the gym. because it's literally across the street. On the next block is the supermarket, and that's the farthest I go every day. But right next to that's a Taco Bell. There's a tire place right up here, but another one a block away, which I went to because these guys weren't answering. But and then actual downtown is like 1 block away. So yeah, and I'm on the edge of town, so it's like I live in a village. It's fucking amazing. And then my mom lives like right over there, like within walking distance. I walked there just a couple weeks ago because I locked myself out of the house. So I walked there and back, and she wasn't even there. Anyway, yeah, man, my mind is gone. Like, I was just at my mom's house just now to pick up my drill, so that in case I want to build my cage, she borrowed it. And like, I moved a flower pot because her homeowners is painting her house right now. So I moved a flower pot away from the house, and like, my glasses fell in it, and then I didn't realize, and I was looking all over for them. And then when I drove, I even got in the car, and I drove like half block away before I realized I left my cell phone at their house. So that kind of thing. So anyways, I used the $2 change and the $3 from the bank, and I went to the weed store, which is literally in the next block. There's 2 weed stores right next to each other in the next block. So I went there and gave $5 for weed. So I'm just gonna sit here and smoke all the weed. Because I can't be sober and do the final stages of organizing my apartment. It's just too much, too tedious. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna smoke the weed, and then I'm gonna listen to music and not a book. I'm listening to Thomas Aquinas. That's like a 71-hour book. Luckily, I can play it because Livy was too big for it to play. I'll see if I can play Livy now, but or I mean, maybe it was. Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire that was too big, because that's 8,800 pages. But so smoke all this weed, listen to music, and then I'm going to empty out the dirt, and just organize everything in my apartment all day until it gets dark, and then once my apartment. Oh, I was gonna call, but isn't it Saturday? This is Friday. I couldn't figure out how to connect my Garmin bike computer to Strava. Like, it was like the wrong settings and the wrong instructions, and so that's no rush though. And I connect it to my road bike, my time trial bike, although I think it was working. And then the Zwift, which I paid for, so I can start riding indoors whenever. That's what I plan on doing. And so I'm basically just trying to catch up on life. I'm basically like out of commission. I'm like, I don't know, it's like just brain dead. And I feel really bad, dude. Like, I can feel all of my shoulders and back and everything in muscle atrophy pain right now. Just because I went to the gym a couple times and I went on a couple rides a couple weeks ago, doesn't mean I'm already out, and I intend on getting in shape. Doesn't mean that I'm already automatically like in shape. Like, I'm still out of shape and in physical pain. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. I did my vlog today. I'm going to smoke the weed, listen to music, and organize all day long. And if once I'm organized and everything's caught up, then maybe I'll have to spend another day after that just being lethargic, just keeping up with myself, just making sure that I know how to keep everything put away and clean. And then at that point, then I'll be like, oh, you know what? I think I can start doing things like exercising every day, and then I'll fill in the blanks with getting caught up on the housey stuff, building the things. But This morning, one thing that I am doing last night and this morning is looking at my website, all of my history books on my website. My brain's not in the right mindset right now to actually listen to a book, but I'm looking at the books and I'm just memorizing the dates. I'm just trying my hardest to like look at all these writers on my education page. The history books on my education page, it's a timeline. They're all organized from beginning to end in time sequence. So I'm just looking at it. And one of the books didn't link. It was like, Dido, the very first one of, I think, of the Roman Empire. Dido, is that a woman? It was like I clicked on it and it didn't click to the book. I was like, damn it. Because that makes me want to fix it on my website, but I'm not working on my website. So it's like, fuck. But something like that I have to fix. But that was the only one that I found that didn't link to the book. Another one, Gaius, the A was capitalized. So whatever. When you have a big website like mine, it takes a while to make it perfect, you know. And now I can't because I'm not working on it anymore. But yeah, like when I got up this morning and just at night and just laying around, I try to look at it and I try to memorize the birth date, death date of all the actors, the writers. And then my rule for when I take the test is the last 20 years of a writer is the last 2 decades that they were alive are the 2 decades that I'm authorized to attach any one of their books that they wrote. Unless they're like 80, if they get into their 80s, I guess I could do it the last 3 decades of their life would matter. But I can't say like, you know, and I could mention that they were born in the decade they were born, but I can't attribute any of their books to the first or second decade because nobody writes their magnum opus books before they're 20. So, you know, because I'm training. My next test, my next biweekly fortnight, I call it the Ides Nones. I need to... Maybe the Romans had a name for it. I'm going to look it up now. I keep saying I'm going to. I'm going to look it up. I'll ask ChatGPT. Because every 2 weeks they would take a 60-pound backpack and race 10 miles out and back on the Via Appia. And so that's how I got the idea. Yeah, and also I also do my bike test. The time trial where I go out and I ride the Nelson Road and see if I go faster every month, every week. And, you know, just the mere act of testing myself is going to motivate me to try to perform better. You know, that's all it is. And then that replaces school. And so you're more than welcome to give me money. Nobody has given me a penny yet, so I'm not officially a member of society, but it does seem like, because I was on OnlyFans last night, it does seem like some girls are like saying my name. And I would totally write them back. The problem is, I haven't had an erection for like months, but I did buy weed the other day, and I got like a little bit of a boner at one point. And I remember thinking to myself, dude, this weed is a freaking, what's that name? The aphrodisiac. Weed is basically like Viagra. Like if I smoked enough weed right now, I would get a fucking boner. And because I know that for a fact, because I quit weed for like a week or two. I didn't smoke anything, and I got weed the other day, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, right, that's what weed does. It literally funnels weed, literally funnels blood from your brain to your dick. It's like a physical thing. But I think maybe it has to be sativa. That's the only kind of weed that I get. I don't know what strain of the weed in my closet is. So anyways, that's why I completely ignore women. Women don't exist to me. Because I'm too old. There's no testosterone in my body. But, so I need to do the reverse aging thing, you know? What's that guy, Brian? The Brian guy who wants to live forever? Brian Callahan or whatever? I should print pictures of him. I should print posters of him and put pictures of him on my wall, and I can pray to him as my Lord. He is the Lord of living forever. We pray to him. And then I'll take my my pills. I take MSM. I think I'm gonna take double the MSM from now on. Anyways, That's enough talking. Wish me luck, man. There's something sucking all of the life out of me. Maybe it's just a time-related thing. I just need to wait it out. But it's kind of hard, man, when you're all of a sudden... See, I could break the cycle, catch 22 of not being able to have energy during the day because I'm up all night because I don't sleep, by exercising. And I could do that by organizing, because once I'm organized and everything's organized, then I exercise because there's nothing to do, really. And if I exercise, that'll then make it so that I sleep that night, which will then give me the energy the next day to exercise. And it'll be like getting a car started. But as of now, I'm still kind of trying to crank the car. And it's going like, yeah, my hip hurts too. So I need to stretch. So anyways, that's what I'm up to today. My mom wants me to go to downtown to do some like farmer fair or something tomorrow. So we'll do that. My rule of thumb is the one thing that takes priority over everything in my life, including my trying to get in shape and everything, is if my mom wants to do something. My mom, because she's so old, she's 82. So if all of a sudden she's like, "You're coming with me to somewhere," I'm like, okay. So yeah. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna go to the downtown, whatchamacallit, farmer's thing with my mom. And then, anyways, the battery's about to die here. Talk to you tomorrow. I'm gonna go plug this up after. Have a good one. And yes, I cut my hair myself. See you tomorrow.